Hey guys, it's Stu here, and I'm going to talk about my productive struggle in this class. So I honestly didn't really know what to choose, what to talk about, and I think that was partly because a lot of it was productive struggle. Um, there wasn't one specific task or one specific unit that I was really struggling with. It was the fact that it's elementary school math and I am like having trouble with these problems and I'm like, okay, take a step back. We're thinking about it conceptually. We're not thinking, you know, we're getting away from that negative mindset. Um, and that was really important for me, being okay with the struggle, being okay with the, you know, figuring it out, learning to love the figuring it out, kind of relating it to like one of my coaches was talking about, if you're always looking towards the end goal, um, you're you might eventually get there, but you're not going to enjoy the process along the way. And so he said, instead, you need to take a step back, look at where you're at right now, and enjoy it for that. Enjoy the hard work, enjoy the struggle, because that is the part that makes us grow. And once you change your mindset to looking at it like that, you have a whole new perspective and outlook on what math is, what learning is, uh, and it really helps you to kind of just produce and bear fruit in that way. So yeah, one of the things that I was reading in the article that I really liked was the things that productive struggle is and what it's not. And so the first thing on there was using existing understandings to engage with problems that do not have immediately apparent solutions. So my example of that was when we did the different bases. I think kind of all of us were like, all right, so what the heck is she talking about? It was like, so we're just inventing like a new way of counting all of a sudden. And like I was talking about it with some of my friends who are engineers, and they're like, dude, why are you doing that? Why would you ever need to know that? And all I could say is, I don't know, it helps, dude. Like it makes you think about it in a conceptual way. And that was a productive struggle in itself, was changing to the mindset of, okay, this is helping me. Let me figure out why it's helping me. Like that was, I feel like, one of the problems that we're solving in this course is figuring out the why behind this and thinking about it from the teacher's perspective, right? Because I mean, that's why I'm here. I want to be a teacher. And so thinking about it rather than, okay, I'm a student, Dr. E's giving us this problem to work on. Think of it as, okay, I'm the teacher. How does this problem help me understand what the kids are thinking? How does this problem, um, you know, the way that it's presented, how is it helping us to examine what the kids are thinking, or examine what we're thinking, honestly, even too. And so yeah, the different bases was definitely a productive struggle. And but we're using that pre-existing knowledge that we have, right? And we're just kind of modifying a little bit and turning it into something different. And I thought that was just the coolest thing, because we're just changing everything that we have learned, uh, and but we're still using things that we know and understand in that. And so it's changing your entire perspective on just math as a whole. At least it did for me. And so I thought that was really, really cool. So then what productive struggle is not is waiting for information to be presented so it can be memorized or practiced. And that, I think, was one of the biggest things for me, for sure. I went through my entire schooling, honestly, probably up until last year, uh, just memorizing and not wanting to know the why behind things. Um, and so I would just memorize the formula or, do this, do that, even in other subjects, just memorize these certain things, these certain rules, but not understand why we're doing that, why it works in this honestly beautiful way once you figure it out. Um, and so my example of that is uh, long division. So I never learned long division until this class. Thanks, shout out to Abby who taught me, and Aubrey as well, um, because I never learned it. I didn't understand the process behind it, and the just the memorization didn't make sense to me. But they taught it to me in a way that I was able to understand the why behind doing it, not just like being presented it and saying, "Oh, this works." You know what I mean? Like I was able to dig deep and think about the actual concept behind it. So I thought that was really cool. So the next one is what productive struggle is persevering in making sense of mathematics during problem solving. Um, Perseverance, once again, like not giving up. It's such a huge thing, and I know it's cheesy and cliche, but really, really working towards it and not getting that like despair, which is on the not productive struggle side. So I guess I'll just talk about that too. But so feeling despair because the mathematics makes little sense. But the flip side of that is really pushing yourself to figure it out, because like we learned at the beginning of the year, everyone can be a math person. There's not like set people who are good at math, right? You are able to figure it out the amount that you persevere. And I thought that was really, really important to think about, because if we're constantly telling ourselves, no, I can't do this, just, ruminating in that despair of not being able to figure out, just that it doesn't make sense, we're never going to be able to figure it out. And we're going to stick in that cycle because we have no motivation, and that we have no perseverance in making sense of that problem. And so, yeah, I thought that was really important. I definitely used that throughout the entire course, especially in the bases, once again, and even fractions too, like just making sense of the why behind things. It was just really, really cool. The next one is solving problems and grappling with key mathematical ideas that are within reach. So for this one, it really makes me think about like towards the beginning of the course, if you're like learning addition and subtraction right away, as you're learning it, there's a level of discomfort with that, because it seems kind of scary. It seems not. It seems like it doesn't make sense on paper, because it's kind of like the first like math on paper that you're gonna be like doing. But it's really, really simple if it's taught in a conceptual way rather than just a memorization way, kind of going back to like the first point that we talked about. And so the flip side of that is experiencing needless frustration or extreme levels of challenge with overly difficult problems. And so in this course, once again, I'm going to bring up the bases, because it took us a really long time to figure it out. And I know I was getting kind of frustrated with myself because I just couldn't figure it out. And then all of a sudden, that perseverance kicked in, and I was like, all right, let's just figure it out. Let's do this. This is within reach. This is she's not giving this to us to trick us, right? She's giving this to us to stretch what we think we can do. And so I slowed down, took a step back, took some deep breaths, and I figured it out. And it was such a good feeling to finally figure that out. So yeah, I guess my overall takeaway from the course, just from productive struggle, is stick with it. Like, when it gets tough, it's gonna get tough. Life is gonna get tough. Everything's gonna get tough that you do, because that means it's worthwhile. And when it does, stick with it because it's within reach and you can do it. So yeah, we were kind of talking about that in psych today too. And I'm like done with the time thing, so I'm not gonna like go super deep into that. But basically, just, you got this. If you're watching this video, I hope you're inspired. Cause like, yeah, man, cool. Adios. Hope you have a good day, evening, wherever you're at, morning even. Yeah, the whole like last minute of this video is probably unnecessary, but I just wanted to really get across how much of a goober I am, you know? So yeah, I hope you have a great day.